This is how you choose plants for aquascaping in just 3 easy steps. Trust me, this approach has brought me fantastic results and I cannot wait to show you. Plus, we got some lovely merch from Tropica for a giveaway, so stay tuned for that. Before we dive into the 3-step process, I want to mention the challenges I faced. My studio got flooded recently after a heavy rain and I had to move everything temporarily to my daughter's room. It was quite a disaster after I just finished renovating it, but hey, the show must go on. Now let's begin with the 3-step process. Step number 1, find inspiration. The first step in choosing the right plants is finding inspiration. To decide on the perfect plants for my aquascape, I turned to your suggestions in the comments, and many of you favored a lush green look, with the K-stones taking the center stage. So I embarked on a journey to discover Iwagumi layouts and saved a dozen that I really loved. Step number 2, list and patterns. Once you've collected inspiration, the next step is to make a list of the plants featured in each layout and look for patterns. If you struggle to identify plants from pictures, contest galleries are a valuable resource as they often reveal the plant choices. I highlighted the recurring plants and created a refined list based on these. Step number 3, select and customize. Guys, now comes the fun part, selecting your favorites and making any necessary adjustments. My top picks were Glossostigma with Riccia, Helentium and Hairgrass. While this combo is a classic, I decided to make a little tweak. Glossostigma, thought stunning, requires frequent trimmings due to its rapid growth, making it more suitable for larger tanks. I opted for Hemianthus cuba, which offers a similar clean look without the weekly trimming hassle. Guys, did you know this plant has been recently renamed? Yeah, keep watching to find out the new name. In addition, I also ran a poll and 59% of you voted for Riccia, so you will see Riccia stones incorporated into the layout. I will take them out and wrap with Riccia one by one. When attaching Riccia, I'm using a very thin fishing line as it works the best. Before we continue, if you haven't already, make sure to check out my previous videos on building the hardscape and the dark start method for cycling the aquarium. You'll find the links down in the description below. With the Riccia stones in place, let's move on to the other plants. For the foreground, I've chosen Micranthemum callitrichoides cuba. Yes guys, you heard it right, that's the new official name for Hemianthus cuba. To ensure the dwarf plants anchor well in the substrate, I like to leave a small portion of rock wool attached to the plant root. Simply cut away everything except 1 centimeter of the rock wool and divide it from the bottom. This way you don't disrupt the runners and each portion covers more ground. In the midground, I will use a mix of Eleocharis pusilla and Helentium tenellum green. Preparing in vitro plants is a breeze. Just remove them from the cup and rinse them in water to remove any residual nutrients. Eleocharis pusilla, when grown in a cup, forms bushy growth in the middle and runners on the outside. I will be making large portions since I'm using dwarf hairgrass for detailing. However, if you want a full hairgrass carpet, you can go wild and make up to 100 portions from a single cup. And now let's add some contrast with the broad leaves of Helentium tenellum green. I will use sharp scissors to divide individual plants and place them selectively between the rocks. For the background, I've chosen Eleocharis parvula and Juncus repens. The parvula will grow taller than the pusilla, creating a gradual transition towards the back. Juncus repens is a grassy-looking stem plant that I've been eager to try. I will be placing it in the rear corners to see how well it complements the overall look. Removing Eleocharis from the rock wool is straightforward. Grab the entire bush near the roots and pull it out. Wash off any remaining rock wool with water and divide it into smaller portions from the roots. The remaining space will be planted with Parvula. Now it's time to fill the aquarium with water. I'm using the Arca RO system, which I showcased in a previous video. To prevent overflowing, I found an inexpensive floating valve on Amazon. Check the video description for links to all the products used. While the water fills up, let's set up a time schedule for the Live Aqua Master Pro LED light and CO2 system. I'm currently using a beta version of the app, which includes a quick start feature and a visual composer for custom light schedules. Let's start and create a light schedule for the Master Pro. Select Timing in the bottom menu, hit the plus button, choose Simple Start to begin with a preset, leave the default settings or fine-tune as you need it, create the schedule and hit Edit. Set it to repeat weekly and save. If you want to make adjustments later, it's a breeze. Just click Edit and select the time schedule. Tap Edit again. Now you can manually adjust the time slots or use the visual composer. Once done, hit Save. Now let's program the CO2. Go to Timer in the bottom menu. Add a timer to allow CO2 levels to build up 2 hours before the lights turn on. Set it to repeat daily and ensure it says Power On. Add another timer for 1 hour before lights off. Set to repeat daily and set it to Power Off. Now that the aquarium is filled with RO water, it is time to reintroduce minerals. I'm using APT Sky, specially designed for planted aquariums. You can calculate the correct amount using the handy calculator on the 2Hour Aquarist website. Dissolve the powder in a small container and add the milky solution to your aquarium. For the next 2 weeks, I will stick to this maintenance routine. Change 50% of the water every 2 to 3 days and refresh the minerals with APT Sky. I will start dosing APT Zero fertilizer from day 1. You can calculate the right dosage on the 2Hour Aquarist website. To enter the Tropica merch giveaway, you must be subscribed to this channel and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.